Alright, welcome back. Number 2. You read the title of the video and you're probably interested as to why I titled the video the way I did and why I feel the way I do about, paid courses and communities. And frankly, it took me a while to figure out exactly what I meant. What I actually meant by that. Like, it was kind of in the back of my head and why I haven't really invested in any of them. And I will unpack it a little bit, but I want to start the video by just prefacing that this is just my opinion. I'm not saying that any of them are actually bad. This is just what my opinion is, so don't come at me. So paid courses and especially paid communities, it's especially in the self-improvement space, a lot of young men are lacking that, that brotherhood, that, those like-minded people who want the same thing as they do. And, it's definitely an excellent idea to provide a space for those people to find, like-minded people. But really, I haven't found. It just seems like a lot of these online communities aren't. I assume this is what I mean. This is because I'm sure they're good products, but I'm not sure about you. They don't feel like they're genuine. It doesn't feel like it's worth money. That makes sense. Like, obviously the people behind it, normally the big creators, Andrew Tate's The Real World, and school communities, whatever. And yeah, they're good, but it doesn't feel like it's genuine. Maybe I just haven't, taken the leap and spent money on it, but from what it looks like, they're just trying to make money off of you at the end of the day. And it seems like it's really difficult to get an idea of what it's actually like until you've handed your money over, only for you to find out that that's not something you want, and then you've just lost, a few $100 or whatever it is. And it just doesn't seem like it's, whether that's part of their marketing to try and get your money off you or what, but that's why I'm always a big believer in, whether it's a month or whatever, free trial, just to kind of, or a money back guarantee of some sorts, because that way you're actually allowing people to have a look and see what it's like and see if that's something that they're interested in spending money on. Because I know that some of these courses are fucking expensive, like a couple of $100, a few $100 a month. It's like, holy shit. And if you're not getting, really good value out of it, and, it's worth, you're spending time on it, you're getting more out of it than what you're putting in, that's a lot of money. And especially if you haven't got a lot of money to start with, that's even more of a commitment. Now, the next thing I want to briefly talk about is the value. Now, these courses almost entirely rely on perceived value rather than actual value. In the sense that when you buy, when you buy a car, it's worth X amount, and, you can do things to it to make it make it worth more, and you also do things to make it worth less. But with those, I think it's with more just online products as a whole, it's a lot more difficult to understand actually how much it's worth and if it's worth that kind of money. Because these creators, they normally have YouTube channels or have an online presence, and they're saying, oh, you get so much value out of here, you get to all these calls and courses and whatever. But to the average person, what does that actually look like? is that actually increasing the value, or is that just adding in bullshit to justify the extra price? Because I've seen courses that, and I've been, I had a look at overpriced courses that just have chucked in bullshit. They may not be lying, they may have it in that course, but it's really just boiled down bullshit to, just to justify this extortionate price. And so I'm kind of skeptical as to whether these people are actually genuine about helping people, or they're just trying to, it seems just like a lot of people are very, have seen this opportunity to get probably one of the best sources of passive income nowadays, in the sense that there's a lot of subscription based. You get 100,000 people on it, $100 a month, and you've made generational wealth. Like, it seems like it's kind of just what you do, rather than independent people just, because it seems like everyone's got a course. It's like everyone having a podcast. Everyone's got an online course, and it's like, oh, join my community for, $5,000 a month. I'll teach you how to drop ship fucking Temu items for whatever. It's like, really? Is that actually worth the money? Because most of the time, they're only relying on their public image, in the sense that, that they're following. That's their credibility, versus going to, it's kind of like, again, I'm kind of struggling to get my idea across here. But people often pay for communities to get closer to that creator, whether that's, one-on-one calls, or, get more interaction, and kind of like a VIP thing. But I've seen, and this is especially prevalent in the real world, that it's most of the interaction is delegated, and you've got to pay even more premium to get into, the war room, emergency meetings. That's extortionate prices. And then you get to go on whether it's a live call or whatever it is. And so you've got to fork out all this money just to get on a call. Now, I know not everyone's that high profile, but if you are actually genuine about helping people, would you not be actively involved in being the face of what you're selling? Maybe I just don't know business, but it makes sense to me to be the forefront of whatever you're selling. But anyways, that's, I'm not sure what other people believe, but there's a reason why a lot of people are reluctant to buy these courses. And I'd be curious to actually see how many people who pay for these courses get their money's worth. Like, I'm pretty sure there's a free trial on The Real World that I did. And I had a look at the content creation, because I'm obviously making YouTube videos, to see if I can improve. And one of their techniques was just reviewing The Real World on a YouTube video. And then I just did a quick Google search, The Real World review, and there's just hundreds of videos of people who've paid for the Real World course, for them to tell them to review the course, to then get lots of views. And use their community, not only for free advertising. It's essentially like a pyramid scheme. And that's what I think I'm getting at with these communities. It's just it's just a big pyramid scheme, in my opinion. You've got the big creator running their community, teaching people how to make money, which is through a paid community. And then those people are doing the exact same thing, and that's just a pyramid scheme. which is probably why I've found it really difficult. I haven't found a course that I've thought, yep, that's worth the money. And that's hopefully that this is probably just a bit of a yap fest and probably should be just taken at face value. But if there's any base to what I'm saying or anything that resonates, maybe it's just worth having a think about how you actually want to sell. Assuming you get an audience big enough to monetize and to make money off of, do you want to, how do you want to sell? What do you want them to feel? Or what do you want them to, how ethical do you want to sell? Because personally, I'd rather have, more interaction with my audience and make less money, if that makes sense, than, kind of just handball it off and just be the face of this absolute juggernaut. Not even the face, just the engine behind all of the workings of this multi-million-dollar whatever. Anyways, I'm wrapping up here. This was definitely a yap fest. Lot of bullshit. But just with courses and communities, just make sure that, now I'm not saying that they're shit, but I'm just saying that you should be careful when forking out, especially when it's lots of money, forking out money to creators that may not have your best interest in mind. Anyways, if you're still here at the end of the video, I love you, and remember, life is what you make it.